The Beatles put it best when they sang about a long and winding road. As a music artist, your journey will involve many twists and turns, but one thing is certain. To get anywhere, you're going to need fuel in the tank. That's why we launched Rocket Fuel in 2014. Rocket Fuel is kind of like having Shopify, Kickstarter, and Patreon under one roof. You have your online store with crowdfunding power and subscriptions in one place, so you don't have to point your fans here, there, and everywhere. Rocket Fuel is committed to raising millions for new music projects. It's something you want to get on board with. You have the tools, the training, and the team. It's much more of a partnership than just a platform. We don't just have people working with us, we have Archie the astronaut. Archie's an amazing guy. Everybody needs an Archie. So when it comes to growing your audience, you need to attract a crowd, you need to turn that crowd into a community, and then you need to establish a core. And the reason for this is quite simple, because your crowd, your spectators, tend to be worth about 10 cents per year. If they're listening to your music on the radio or watching your songs through YouTube and listening on Spotify, you don't have access to their details. They only add a small amount of money into your bank account each year. Your community, however, when you have their email address, when they're in a group where you can actually reach them actively, they might be worth $1 or maybe even $10 per year. But your core supporters, we found through Rocket Fuel, on average could be worth $100 or more. That's just typical for an artist actively using Rocket Fuel. Your core supporters are worth 1,000 times more than your crowd members. So if you want a strategy to build your crowd, how about drawing the crowd you have into a community and then into the core? If you can get that level of support from the core supporters, you'll have the budget to create content that will appeal to your outer circle and draw in the crowd. And as you draw more people into the crowd, your community and your core will expand. This is a healthy way to set up your business and map out your customer journeys. So this is how Rocket Fuel works. You envision people through video. You tell your story. Now, you can run in two different ways. You can run a goal, and Akin here is working towards his debut EP launch, and he has the yellow bar. There's a goal counter, there's a percentage counter, there's a deadline on this. But once you've completed that goal, the yellow bar disappears. However, your strapline and a video remain, so you can continue to envision your fans. Rather than just pointing them to an offer of a CD or a t-shirt or a ticket, you tell them the story, and that gets more people buying, it gets more people donating, it gets more people subscribing. So you have a tried and tested model that works. You have unique hybrid crowdfunding here. So you do a goal, and then you run your store, and then you launch your subscriptions, and then you do another goal in a year's time or 6 months' time or whatever suits. You run a flash sale. We help you to do all of this in partnership, and you can create partnership with your fans. Most importantly, it's all about getting people involved, giving them a sense of ownership and involvement in your journey. And then you scroll down and you have your store, so you can sell music, merchandise, and experiences. We help you to create products across all of the price brackets, not just $10 offers, not just $25 offers. We'll show you how to outline your 5-level offering: content, products, services, experiences, and subscriptions. You can have a lead magnet on Rocket Fuel to build your email list. That's going to help grow your community. You can have high-value services and experiences as well. You can sell physical, digital, and email products through Rocket Fuel. Scroll down even further and you've got your membership area. You can have a monthly subscription model where people get behind you, much like you might do through something like Patreon. But the power here is you're not just doing memberships, you're also selling products. You're also able to do your crowdfunding goal. You're also able to work with a team. Again, it's not just a platform, this is a partnership. You can get that recurring revenue through the monthly subscriptions. Now, I started up a campaign for my own project in 2018, and I invited my mum and dad to support me. They got on board at £35 a month. £35 a month doesn't seem like a huge amount of money, but over 2.5 years, that's £1,000 from just one supporter. Through Rocket Fuel, through the memberships, you can create ongoing engagement and community with your supporters. But will this work for you? That is the question that you're asking yourself. Archie says, yes, absolutely, it can work for you. Now, you've probably seen this big success story we've had with Philippa Hanna. Philippa launched the maiden voyage with rocket fuel, and we helped her to raise over $150,000. This is the highest converting sales station of anything I've seen for music artists. It's incredible how much people get behind artists through the model at Rocket Fuel. Dr. Funk has a very big social media following, but he was finding his live streams might only make £50 to £60 in donations each time he performed. His manager suggested he tried out Rocket Fuel. We said, absolutely, you'll smash it. And he made over £17,000 through Rocket Fuel and is now getting ready to launch his debut album. Janine John is like many artists who is struggling in terms of streaming revenues. She has an audience, but she's not getting millions of streams each month. That is not going to pay all the bills. So she decided to set up with Rocket Fuel. She funded her album. She actually worked with the team at Third Floor Productions, and it's absolutely awesome. She didn't have to do it on a shoestring budget. She didn't have to do it all herself. She got to work with an amazing team and produce some music that she's really proud to share. Sarah Tabo had a donation button on her website for many years. Guess what? No one ever hit that button and gave a single penny through her website. But then she set things up on Rocket Fuel, where she envisioned people through videos and had a range of different products on offer, as well as donations, and people got behind her. It's worked really well. Melissa had always dreamt of making her debut EP, but she didn't have the funds. She didn't have a fan base to speak of. She wasn't sure whether she could do it, but she raised over $5,000 for her debut project. And now she actually works with our team, helping people to set up their campaigns on Rocket Fuel. So if you don't have a following, she's been where you are and she's smashed it. She's seen just how powerful Rocket Fuel can be. And Daisy Chu is just like many artists who've suffered through lockdown. The average artist lost 65 to 85% of their income in 2020. Daisy decided to buck that trend, sign up with Rocket Fuel, and made over £16,000. Rocket Fuel works for artists at all different levels. It is a power tool, and I'd love to invite you to get on board. Work with a team who care about your finance as much as you do. So here we go. Here's the quiz. Which artist is most likely to succeed in sustaining a career? Is it the artist who blindly pours money into trying to build a crowd? Or is it the artist who establishes a solid core in order to fund creating new content? The answer, of course, is B. You need to get the support from the core so that you can pay for new content, because that's going to attract the crowd. Using a tool like Rocket Fuel will get more money in the bank, more fuel in the tank. You're going to go much further and much faster. Check out all the different things we do at Resound Media. If you're interested in any of the things that we do through the driving seat, the marketing map, the Jigsaw, Third Floor Productions, Storm 5 Management, you can fund these services in partnership with us through Rocket Fuel. It's an incredible opportunity.